Sometimes it's easier. And I'm wearing my women's world hockey shirt. Okay, so welcome everyone. I am recording. Jennifer Kennedy here. So tonight we are doing a Zoom training. I'll mute you, or you guys can mute yourself if you need to. All about recruiting and qualifying. So I should call this the ball cap series because lately I've been wearing my ball cap when we're doing the trainings, and then I don't have to worry about doing my hair, which is nice. So, and as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Women's World t-shirt. So I was at the gold medal game last night. That was like a heartbreaker because we lost in overtime on a garbage goal. It was tough. So anyways, it was a great time though. So I'm in my sporty outfit, I guess, right? Okay, so we're gonna get started. So tonight is all about recruiting and qualifying. And I'm gonna go through the kit, some different ways and thoughts on how to recruit, and then sort of just options for qualifying as well. So so we have the new $35 case right now. Here's the actual case, so you can see how big it is. So really nice train case. So it's one of those cool, awesome train cases. I really love the kit actually. And then, so, that's probably worth 25 bucks on its own. And then you get all the spa products that come in the regular $99 kit. So you're getting the hand scrub and hand cream. I mean, these on their own is $47, right? Even if you think about this one product is $31. So essentially you're getting all the rest of that for free right now, which is crazy. You're getting the cucumber eye pads, the lip appeal, and the green tea warming mask. So all of that for $35. Now the way that I'm positioning the kit is $35 unlocks discount on your products, right? And I just had this like brainwave. So right now we just had that ozone offer. So the ozone offer is only until April 8th. So if you're watching this after April 8th, you won't know what we're talking about, but the ozone offer right now. So any Beauticontrol members can get the ozone tool, which is worth $195, the BC Bright Daily Illuminating Serum, and the BC Bright Oxygen Mask. Those were 75 or 71 and 55. So all of that right now as a Beauticontrol member, you can get that for only, $104.50 our cost, you guys. Thumbs up, I believe. So I'm gonna actually promote that to any of my clients that have been looking at the ozone, because essentially 35 bucks is gonna get you in the door. Then you can get that for $104, right? So really, really great offer right now. So again, that's only till the 8th. So if you're watching this after, we'll have other offers. But essentially you think of the 35, we've never, ever had a kit as low as 35. So it's a really great way to really get out there and build your business. The more people that you bring in, the more people then that are part of your team. It helps you build your volumes. Together team always achieves more, right? So you're able to sort of hit those numbers that you're trying to hit with a bigger team. Most of us in the business who are selling, we want to be VIP, so we get our 50%. So having 3 recruits on your team means you're VIP and you get your 50% on $500 orders. So again, there's reasons to recruit. So $35 kit, open it up to everyone that you can think of. So why are we going to recruit? Well, we know recruiting is, think of selling is your now income, right? Bookings are your tomorrow income. And then recruiting is your future, your forever income, right? So that's a good way to sort of think about it. So some people will use their sales kind of for their day-to-day, and then their commission checks for sort of the bigger things in life. So for me as a director, why I went that route is because I wanted my commissions to pay for things like my mortgage, my kids and all the stuff that they do. So my commissions are the bulk of my monthly income, and then I also sell and supplement with everything else. So that's why I recruit, right? Recruiting also is, as a VIP, you're going to get higher commissions, or that's not the right word. I should say higher discount, higher profits on all orders. So ignore my little slide. I was doing it late. But you're going to make more money on all of your orders the whole way up when you're VIP or higher. You also have the opportunity to, again, get that 50% off on $500 orders. You get commissions and you're eligible for cash bonuses when you start building your team. If you're working towards directorship, you know that you can't go out and sell $10,000 in a month on your own. So having a team together will help you with that. Recruiting really helps you build your leadership skills. Like, I find that sometimes, I think Leanne, we were talking about this when we did our boot camp, and she recruited a few people and she was like, holy crap, now I need to kind of know my stuff because I need to tell them, right? So it keeps you on your game. It gets you, your leadership skills kind of going on a little bit more. I find that anytime I recruit, it fuels my business, right? It brings in fire, excitement, newness, passion, because we know that kind of the new consultants have the most passion. They have that. They're not jaded. They don't have any sort of ways of doing things. They're just super excited. And, you know, after we've been doing this a while, sometimes you kind of lose that. So you need to find that, right? So I find that anytime I have a lot of new recruits that I'm working with, it gives me passion as well, right? And gives everyone else on the team passion. And then the final thing, I always think that when you're helping others to succeed, it's super fulfilling for yourself personally. So, you know, when you're recruiting, you're also going to sort of build that. So those are kind of the general things. So I always like to think about recruiting. I always have thought about this since I started. I always talk about recruiting from different streams, different walks of life, whatever you want to call it, but different avenues, right? You're not just kind of doing one thing. So always do not prejudge. That's probably the biggest thing is I'll have women say, well, you know, she doesn't need this. You know, her husband's a doctor. She doesn't need this. She's too busy. She's got 3 little kids at home. Oh, she'd never want to do this. She's super shy. Don't prejudge because A, you never know, and B, things change. They may be that way, you know, when they join, and they may just join for personal use. And then over time, they start feeling the changes in their skin and they start getting excited. And then now they're thinking about, oh, okay, well, I could do this, right? So don't prejudge. Make it available to everyone. That's kind of on the same lines as not prejudging, right? So it's open to anyone who wants to make money. It's open to anyone who's outgoing, who wants it for personal use, who wants it for business, who wants to add something to their lives, who wants to have great skin, like anyone that you can think of, it's a good opportunity for. And then my way of thinking is that once they've joined, it's sort of our responsibility really is to show them the bigger picture. Like all they know is what they get in here, right? That's all they know. And if they've read the emails, that's all they know is that. So it's our job to say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And now that you remember, this is what it really is. This is what it's all about. A lot of times a conversation will have barriers in it, right? So I automatically, whenever I start talking to anyone about it, I say these things. So typically women right away think, I don't want to sell. 80% of us who join don't want to sell, right? So they think I don't want to sell, or maybe they've been in something. Almost all women have been in something, you know, in the past before. And so they think of things like auto ship, high monthly minimums and all of that. So right away when I'm having that conversation and I'm talking about joining, you know, whether you use the words membership or you use, you know, consultant, whatever words you use, I try and make it pretty shopper friendly. Let them know right away. Say, you know, if she's like, oh, say, you know, I just want to let you know that 80% of the women that join my team join for personal use. So you don't need to feel that you need to be selling because you don't. Most women join for that reason. Some decide to share, some decide they don't want to. And then I always say, plus we don't do auto ship and we don't have any monthly minimums, right? So you want to kind of love them where they're at. So let them know right away, take away all those barriers right off the get-go. Okay, so number one stream, walk of life, avenue, whatever you want to call it, to recruit in is the spa, right? So the spa is the ideal place to recruit because we see more than one person at a time and the women are trying the products. So, you know, if you have 5 people at your spa, that's 5 potential women that can join your team. If you have 10 people at your spa, that's 10 potential women that can join your team. So the spa is the ideal place because they're both trying the products and they are also more of them kind of, I'm trying to look for the word, like they're together, right? So sometimes what happens is one woman joins and then her girlfriend's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I think I would like to do that too, right? So the more women you have, the better. So at your spa, key things are always demo what's in the case, right? So right now with the $35 kit, I would be demoing all of that, right? I would still do a bit of skincare at my spa because I like to get them on our skincare because it is amazing. But that's sort of what you want to make sure you're doing is that you're definitely demoing the products in the case and you want to have a strong recruiting close. Now, on my last video, I showed you guys I use a folder, right? So that when I do my close, I have a folder that has a selling set sheet and it has a recruiting set sheet. So I actually have them look at this folder while I talk. If you have the products with you, hold them up as you're talking about them. Like anything visual is huge because when I actually show her this, versus a picture on a little piece of paper, it's that much more effective, right? So use your recruiting set sheet, show them the products, and then I offer the kit to everyone at the spa. Again, I'm not prejudging, I'm just offering it to everyone. And throughout the night as you're spawing, like when I'm doing the hand treatment at the sink, I can say, oh my gosh, don't let me forget. I need to tell you about the really great offer we have going on this month. You'll love it. It's this package or this product is in that offer, sort of thing, right? So I'm planting those seeds throughout the spa so that when I get to my close, they're like, oh yeah, she told us earlier, and now I'm delivering on that, right? So recruiting at the spa is obviously number one. Now, sometimes women are like freaking out because I don't have any spas on my calendar, right? And that's okay. That's not the only place that you're going to recruit from. That's just a really great place to recruit from, right? But let's say you don't have spas. Does that mean that your business is going to stop? No. So this is where I talk about the other streams, the other avenues. So number two, I love personal skincare consultations, one-on-one, right? So, she's not going to come to a spa, she's not going to host a spa, but hey, would you like to come to my house and we'll do a one-on-one? I always share that one thing that I do always is when I sell brown sugar or mascara or the things that we're really known for and that are easy and high sellers, when I drop that product off, when I'm delivering it, I say to her, have you ever tried our skincare? Like throw it out there, right? And the answer is yes or no. So if she says yes, I ask her when, because 9 times out of 10, it was 10 years ago and our line is completely different, right? If it was last week, then I'm like, oh, what did you love about it? Or, oh, where did you try it? That sort of thing. But typically it's a long time ago. So then I say to her, oh my gosh, it has completely changed. Like our anti-aging line is to die for. It's, huge results right away. Would you be interested if I brought you a traveling basket and you could try it for 4 or 5 nights? Would that be something you'd like to do? So anytime I sell brown sugar, mascara, those quick, easy sales, wet, dry, anything, I always say, have you tried our skincare? Right? And if they've said no, easy to say, oh my gosh, well, I've got this traveling basket. So right now, I have 2 baskets out. One lady was a lead on BeautyNet who wanted brown sugar, right? The other lady, what did she buy from me? She was a mascara girl. And so I have them both doing a traveling basket. So that's a really great way to get your products on the people, right? And then you can decide what you want to do with that traveling basket when you do your follow-up with her. You can decide if you want her to join your team or if you want to sell. But again, you're going to demo the items in the case. You want to always show them the value in shopping at a discount if you're recruiting, right? I always show them the numbers. Like I will just say, again, this is recruiting. This is all about recruiting. So I'll show her the set sheet, right? And so let's use the ozone tool, for example, is $195. But if you join, you're going to get that at a minimum 20% off, and I can show you how to actually get it at 45% off. So I'm showing her the value in shopping at a discount. Whenever I do a one-on-one, I always ask her if she wants to bring a friend, mom, sister, cousin, neighbor, right? Because then you have a one-on-two. And I like to do this, I like to do a few each week. Again, what I love about one-on-one is it fits into your schedule where you need it to. So it can fit in if you're working, it can fit in if you're a busy mom, they can come to your house. So one-on-ones are huge. And I also like, because they're quick, right? You can pop them in tomorrow. You don't have to clean her house and do all that. So you can pop them in. So next one, traveling basket. Again, my favorite. This I've done since the beginning of my business. I call my traveling basket my youth fairy. So I always make a little thing about, oh, my youth fairy is home. Who wants her to come visit you? So you definitely want to have your skincare regimen in one. Sometimes I'll do skincare and instant facelift. Sometimes I'll just get them started on skincare. It really depends on the person, and like if skincare is going to be enough for her to start with, start there. And then once she's on my skincare, I could say, well, when you're ready, like let's give it a month of this, and then I'll bring you the instant facelift basket, right? The big things with this, when you drop it off, you want to make sure that you talk to her about how it works. You're not just like dumping it on the doorstep and running. You want to talk to her about what all the products do. You want to censor if you have sensors, make sure she's using the right products. And then you always need to follow up on the next day, because night one is when she uses it, and we know how active our skincare is, right? So let's say she's using it and the tonic's too tingly for her. If I let that go on for 5 days, she's probably not going to have a good experience. However, if I phone her on day 2 and she says to me, Jen, that tonic's like super tingly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is because of the repair peptides in there. It's actually anti-aging. But what you want to do is just slowly get used to it. So wet your cotton pad with some water and get used to it, right? So much better, you can kind of cut off any issues if you're following up on day 2. And then again, if I'm recruiting with a traveling basket, when I go pick it up, I'm going to show her the kit. right? And I'm going to bring, again, not everyone has this, okay? But if you can get your hands on the products that are in the kit, even if you don't have the actual kit itself, but the products, 9 times better to show them the actual physical products in your hand than a piece of paper, right? Again, if you don't have that, it's not like you can't recruit. Show her the piece of paper. Every single graphic I have downloaded on my phone so that I can be at the ball field and I can say, oh my gosh, look at this is on sale. Or look at this awesome deal right now. Or if I'm on the ball field and someone's texting me and needs to know what's in the kit, I have it in here so I can shoot her a quick thing, right? So use the sort of tools that we give you. Again, I love traveling baskets because it's a great way that you can build your team in a passive way. You don't have to be there. I can be at a spa and my traveling basket is doing its work, right? So that's what I love about a traveling basket. So that's number 3. Now you'll notice these are similar to our selling, right? And my 9 ways to make money. So it's very similar. And sometimes people will say to me, I can't recruit. I can't recruit. And they're good sellers. I'm like, okay, but you are selling product. All you're doing with the recruiting is selling the opportunity, right? That's all it is. And sometimes they'll say, I can't sell, but they're a good recruiter. I'm like, but you've sold that opportunity over and over again. So you are selling. It's just how you think about it, right? Okay. Social media. We know how amazing social media is now. So here's some really good ideas to recruit. So post some cute pictures of the kit. Again, if you can make it your own, there's a lot to be said. Like I get sharing, but if you can make the post your own, like sometimes what happens is we'll see a word for word copied post. And what happens is that it might not be authentically you speaking, right? So I always say, try at least to make it kind of your own so that you're speaking to them. So you can say, you know, this is one of my favorite products. And they know that that's true, right? You're not just copying someone else's post. So if you can take your own picture of the products, if you have them in your, like I always use, you guys probably recognize that behind me. That's always my backdrop to any of my photos. You can take your own photos, great, because again, it's a bit more personal. I try and make cute little funny things in there. Like my one the other day had the cow. So, you know, play with apps on your phone. I've wrote a list of some really great apps that I use, but it's kind of a big thing right now with social media is we're going more and more and more towards this. So if you can start sort of creating some of your own just simple graphics, I mean, we don't need it to be crazy, but just simple with always your name and your info on there. So I really like Photo5, Pixlr, PhotoGrid. I have Pixlr on there twice. Those are my favorite ones. Oh, the other one is PicLab. That's the other one instead of Pixlr, PicLab. And then on the laptop, I like Canva and PicMonkey. Then they both have free versions that you can try. I'm more of a phone girl right now. Danny uses the laptop. But again, you can make your own super simple graphics. Just make sure that everything you share, you at least type on your beauty page. If you don't have a beauty page, your email or your phone number, because you want, let's say your Aunt Mary, like the way social media works is okay, another tip. If you're posting something about the company and joining and everything, make your post public, right? So what happens is when I make my post public, and it's a social media recruiting post, right? My Aunt Mary back east, when she comments, her friends see that post and that comment, right? So the more comments that are on my public post, it opens me up to this whole new group of people that I wouldn't have necessarily been reaching before. So make sure your posts for that are public. And then the other cool thing is that when my information is on that image, when she comments, it's right there. So let's say Aunt Mary's third cousin, you know, fourth removed, sees her comment, and then she clicks on there to see, well, what is this stuff? And if she just clicked and just saw the image and no information, how is she going to get a hold of me, right? Or when all my info is on there, it's super easy for her to come. Or if you share someone else's info, right? If you're borrowing someone else's picture and has their info, again, Aunt Mary's friend may click and sign up with her. So you want to make sure that you're using, you know, your own things. I always say don't just post the corporate verbiage like, you know, this kit has this, this, and this. Post your personal testimonial. Like that does so much more. Stories sell, right? So I could say the $35 kit has our Dead Sea Salt hand scrub that has essential oils, blah, 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 and la, 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 right? I could say all of that and list it all out. Or I could say, oh my God, this is my favorite hand scrub. My kids use it. It is in every sink, in every single sink in my home. My boys use it. It's great for men. Ladies, are you sick of your men touching you with dry hands? Get them on this, right? So there's such a way that you can talk to people that, and again, you would use your words. Like if that's going to sound really weird coming from you, then don't say that, but say your words. But it's so much better than just putting a list of what those products are, because remember, no one knows. No one knows. You could say it's the instant hand manicure and they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. That means nothing to them. But if you romance it and say, oh, okay, again, if you want to talk a little bit, this has sea salt from the Dead Sea that's going to heal all the dry cuts. Do you struggle with hangnails and those dry, deep cuts in the winter? This will help you, right? Rather than me just say instant hand manicure. So think of everyone that you're talking to doesn't know what we have, so you need to sell it and romance it. And if you can give a personal testimonial, so much better. Another great idea is social media, and we've seen it before and after pictures. Like it is crazy. So, you know, with this particular kit, you could post a before and after of someone's yucky hands, right? We have quite a few of those. If you're using social media, you know, for, let's say, the other kit, the 99, post some before and afters with skincare. So, and let them know what the regimen was used. So you can say, you know, Mary in this picture used the BC Spa facial line for 3 months. Oh my gosh, look how much brighter her skin is. That is in this package, right? So use social media to your benefit. And there is like, we're just scratching the surface. This is probably, in my business, and my business is my business. In my business, this is taking over kind of everything else. So I'm taking courses right now to learn how to do a really great Facebook party, or maybe to do better Instagram posts or things like that, because it's something that actually I really like. Now, if social media is not your thing, that's okay. You can focus more on spas or more on one-on-ones. Whatever is your thing, that's the great part about recruiting. You can focus on it. But I'm telling you, at least know the basics for social media, because it is huge, 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 huge. Okay, next one, event, and I call it group recruiting. So for a single meeting you can go to, bring a guest. Beauty U, bring a guest. If you're watching Beauty U, bring a guest. Have them watch. Send her the video. If you have someone that's even interested in Beauticontrol, send her the Beauty U video, because if she wants to join, she can join, and that's for Beauty U, right? If we have a boot camp going on, join it, bring a guest. Or like Leanne did, she came and did it with us, right? Beauty TV, like we just did tonight. Have a guest watch Beauty TV with you. Have a guest watch any of the online Zooms with you. Because every time that you have a guest and they come to one of our events, it's like a group recruiting atmosphere, right? We're going to be doing the next big event here in Kamloops on May 28th with the Vice President, Rick Heath, and Evelyn Coleman. That's going to be a guest event. So start thinking about your girlfriends and who you're going to bring, right? Other types of event things, you can look for pack fairs, local trade shows, craft fairs. Like I'm doing a home show this weekend. Sometimes there's things with the SPCA. I just had actually an interesting one, and it's all just networking, right? I had our local funeral home here in town. They're doing a home-based business show. So we're going to set up in the parking lot, right? So there's all these things that you can kind of get your business out to. So that's the other way. So those are kind of all the different ways you can recruit and build your team. And so you can sort of see how if I was only focusing on one, I'm losing out on a lot of other opportunities, right? So make sure that you're open to all ways of recruiting, and always think about it and just start writing a list, right? This is what they send to the new consultants, but I think it's really good for us. It just sort of has your 3, 6, and 9 so that you're going to hit EVIP. When I first started, I did a frank list, and I did a frank list for my hostesses or potential hostesses, right? Then I also did a frank list for recruits. So people that I thought would either like discounted skincare, would be good at the business, maybe they just would do a bit of sharing, whatever. So I did a frank list for recruiting. So I encourage you all to print off that frank list and do the same for recruiting. So the 5 friends, relatives, 5 kid connections, 5 associates, and start going through your list and just reaching out to them and saying like, hey, I totally thought of you. Like I know we've chatted, you know, before you asked me about what I was doing in Beauticontrol, and I just am going to throw this out there, but we've got this really great kit right now. It's $35. Unlocks discounts on all our amazing skincare, and you know we've been chatting about it, and I totally thought about you. Maybe something you're interested in, right? That's as easy as it can be. So make sure you start reaching out, go through your frank list and write your list, right? All for recruits. Okay, now I'm going to talk about qualifying, right? Because that's the key. So you'll notice this month we started coming out with all those other gifts. So we got the really cute spa caddy, the wheeled little spa caddy suitcase type thing. I don't know what we call that. And they are all based on qualified recruits, right? So how do we qualify? So I'm just going to mute so you guys don't have to worry if I can find it. Okay. Got it. Okay. So first of all, qualified. Actually, I should go to this one first. So qualifying. To be a qualified consultant, your new team member needs to reach her month 1 dream start, month 1, by the end of the first calendar month. So if she joins in April, the end of the first calendar month is the end of May. So it counts as qualified only in that time period. Let's say she doesn't earn Dream Start 1, but she earns Dream Start 2, that's not qualified. It has to be Dream Start 1 by the end of the first calendar month. So bonus to her, she's going to get her Nutri-Rich oil. Bonus to you is that she counts as a qualified, which then counts towards all the rewards. And I'm telling you, when I met with Nicola in November, he showed me a little sneak peek of all the rewards for the year, and they're fabulous. So a lot of things like this month and really cool things. And when I joined 8.5 years ago, that's the things we had every month. And I'd be like so excited. Back then we didn't do a lot of online. I'd look in the magazine, right, to see what the rewards were. But that's how I built my business. Is my goal was to just earn everything that they threw in front of me, right? So I would earn the recruiting rewards, I would earn the selling rewards, and that's how my business grew. So I challenge you all to use those rewards as your boss, right? So this month, 5 qualified recruits is your boss. Go and do it. And, you know, my friend Candy always says her goals are her boss. So rewards are going to be your boss right now. So we are all self-motivated. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's easier. But use those rewards to go and build. So 550 retail counts as a qualified, then you earn the rewards. Now, I just want to show you a little bit about numbers. So I like to say know your numbers to stand out from the numbers. So here's the consultant discount chart, right? So you can see that over here is their discount. So their best opportunity for buying at a discount and qualifying is going to be BeautyU right now, right? Because the way the discounts work is normally, right, you can see the discount chart. If she just logged on today and did a $550 order, she'd only get 35% off. However, if that order is linked to BeautyU, which means she's attended in person, attended live Zoom, or we've sent her the video and she's answered the questions, then that counts as her BeautyU attendance. That unlocks her 45% off. So, you know, right now, BeautyU, a $550 order is going to cost her $302.50. So I try not to use the word $550 because that's scary, right? But I say you're going to get a 45% off shopping. I make up packages to help them, right? Or they can customize. But, you know, $302.50 is her cost. Now, there's always this sort of break even. I need a better word. I called it the save more and get more point, but that's such a bad word. Danny can probably think of something much better. But there's a point where ordering online with a regular discount, there's a point where you reach where it's actually going to save you more money to do it with BeautyU, and you're going to get way more products. So that dollar amount right now is right around $400. So like, for example, if she's going on and logging online, a $375 order is going to cost her, she only gets 25% off, $281.50. So $20 more out of her pocket, she can add $175 in product, right, with BeautyU. So does that make sense? Because $550 at BeautyU, she's going to pay $302.50. So she wasn't at BeautyU and she sat down and did. So sometimes I see these new consultants going and logging on and doing orders, and I'm like, because I know she would have waited or known about BeautyU. She gets more product for less money. So $400 is the kind of point where basically as soon as they're close to $400, a $400 order with the regular consultant discount structure works out to be like $300. So she can do BeautyU, get 150 more products for the same price, right? So remember those two numbers, like right around $375, $400, it makes way more sense for her to be doing BeautyU and doing her order that way, right? So the key is we send them all this information, but the key is the recruiter, right? It's you talking to them, you sharing this information with them so that they know, because they don't know me yet. Like, that's why we always say introduce me, so that they just don't think this crazy Jen keeps sending me emails, right? So they actually know who I am. But this is the information that you want to talk to them about and really let them know why they want to go to BeautyU. Okay, so we're going to go back to qualifying. So again, Beauty U. Beauty U is the single best opportunity for your new team member to qualify. It is also their single best savings opportunity, right? So they're gonna get the 45% off, $5 shipping, all their add-ons are 45% off. So I always say, you know, you can sell $550, you can share $550 with your girlfriends, or you can totally love it all yourself, right? And get it for you, and you can do one of the I Deserve It All sets. Those have been doing very, very well at our Beauty U's. I think I now have 3 I Deserve It All sets, and they do very well. You know, and my favorite is their skincare regimen, their 6-piece skincare regimen, the DNA set that has DNA, Extreme, and Extreme Eye, and the ozone tool. So that's like their anti-aging boom all in a package with $302.50. Plus she's also qualified. She gets her free Nutri-Rich, and you get the gift, right? So Beauty U, that's why we keep sort of saying really, really, really want your new recruits. So your new recruits come in, you want to welcome them, you want to introduce them first of all. So always, always do a 3-way message between you, your new team member, and your director, right? And if you have a strong VIP or EVIP above you too that's doing the business, I always say include her too, right? So do a little intro so that we can then build a relationship with them. And it's not just this crazy chick sending her emails. She knows me now, right? She sees me on Facebook. We have a relationship. I know why she's joined the business. I know that she's a smart shopper, or I know that she's a spa girl. So step 1, do the intros. Step 2, send her the Beauty U video, why she wants to attend, right? I do like just a quick little blurb that goes through all of this. Step 3, work with her on getting her registered and getting her to a Beauty U. Now, ideally, I like them to have their products first, right? Because if they just joined yesterday and they do Beauty U today, they're like, whoa, this is way too much information. So I like them to have their products. So you can time it. So what I say is, you know what, if right now you can watch Beauty U, like jump on Torrent because I'd love you to hear the information. But right now I wouldn't do your order. So I'm going to hang on to your microderm until you're ready to do your 45% off order, because you only get it once. And if I send you your microderm, then that means the 45% off is gone. So what I would do is watch the videos so you can learn, but let's save your 45% off till you're ready. So, you know, get your products, use them, and maybe at the end of the month, we'll revisit that, right? And then we can register her for another Beauty U and do her order there. And she can always watch again, right? But make sure that you're kind of letting them know how the timing works. Okay, so number 2, this is another good way. I call it the wish list way of qualifying. So this is when I started my business way back when. I would say to her, okay, let's do your wish list. And we would write out all the things that she wants, right? So I always, again, I help them with that. I say, okay, what did you love tonight? So it's brown sugar, mascara. Okay, well, we're going to need your full-size skincare regimen. So let's put that down. How about that ozone tool? Like, seriously, everyone should have that ozone tool. Let's put that down. And let's do some anti-aging. So then I would do like a super simple, this is how I've always done it, column. So I would have on the top, I would have like 2 columns. And I would have on the top, you get, with her wish list, all the stuff she wants. And you pay. So under the you get column, I would put the full retail price of everything. It's like $195 for the ozone, da 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 da. And in the you pay column, I can show her, hey, well, this is going to be your best opportunity is let's save this order for Beauty U. Then you're going to be shopping at 45% off. So then I would go through and do the math and show her what that looks like at 45% off. So essentially that you get column might be it has to be $550, right? So let's say it's $600 worth of products. So she's like, oh, $600. But I'm like, oh, but this is what you actually pay. So that is why we're going to take your wish list and you're going to go to Beauty U, right? So when I'm doing the wish list, I also get them to think about gift giving occasions. So Mother's Day, grad, birthdays, Christmas. Think about your teenagers in your home. You know, do you think your son would like the microderm? What about your hubby? What's he going to use? So the wish list is really just it's like you're her personal shopper and you're helping her get that qualified order. Because again, think about when you go to a store and, you know, you need jeans and the salesperson is like, that's the jeans section right there. So our jeans are $50. There you go. Have fun. Or if the salesperson is like, okay, well, tell me what's on your wish list for jeans. What kind of fit do you want? What kind of wash do you want? Do you want, you know, a bootleg? Do you want a skinny? And then I'm helping her, right? The salesperson is helping me and then is going to show me the correct jeans. Like what a more pleasurable shopping experience. And I'm more likely to actually get the jeans, right? So that's the best analogy I can come with that quickly, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're helping her with all of that, if I just throw the catalog at her with 800 items in it and she's like, holy crap, I'm so overwhelmed. Or if I break it down, okay, well, let's prioritize here. Like, let's think about your skincare. Now, what about your kids? Now, what about makeup? I know you love that mascara. Let's put that on your wish list. And so I go through and I do a wish list with her. So that's something I've done from the very beginning with my shoppers. And that's a great way that you're able to help her qualify. Number 3, sharing orders. Like this I use if I have a girl and she's like, my husband will probably shoot me or lock me in the house if I come home and I've spent $302.50. And I'm like, try not to tell her that she needs to divorce him. No, I'm kidding. But so I say to her, okay, I get it. Like, you know what? We have a couple options. Like, don't worry, I can help you with this. So I say, option number 1, do you have a girlfriend that you think would like to split this with you? Because if you each chose on your wish list $275, you're going to pay $150, $125. Is that more doable for you? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, right? So it's a great way for them still to get that 45%, but they're combining orders. So let's say a lot of times a mom and a daughter will join at the same time. Again, I get them to share their Beauty U order, right? That's also why I like the people that come to Beauty U to bring a guest, because then that guest can split the order with them. So I always do the math for them because we know the taxes are charged on retail. So I help them with all of that, split the shipping. But that is another great way. It's you're helping her, you're problem solving for her. Like if the $302.50 is going to be too much, well, hey, grab a girlfriend, let's figure this out, right? Or, you know, your cousin Mary also joined. So why don't one of you do Beauty U right now and share your order, and then let's say next month, Mary can do her Beauty U and you guys could do the same thing again, right? It's kind of like almost like a layaway plan. So always kind of be thinking, like to me, qualifying is really just you're trying to meet her needs as best as you can and give her suggestions, because she might not even think of this, right? Like she's thinking was like, oh, I really want the ozone and I can't do with, you know, I can't spend $300. I'll be dead if I did that. Okay, you know what? I can help you get the ozone. Let's get a girlfriend. So sharing orders is the number 3. Number 4, collecting outside orders. Again, this is for your kind of more highly motivated girls, for sure the girls that are doing the business, but even if she's really keen, and I'll say to her, like, where do you work? Or what do your kids do? And she's like, oh, I work at this office and there's like all these women. My cousin, perfect example, my cousin Christine Christensen, who's recruiting, and there's like, she just said to me the other day, they work at a jail in Bowden, Alberta, and there's 10 of the women that they've all joined through her friend who's also recruiting, 10 of them that work in the jail. And so I said to her, I'm like, oh my gosh, that jail is going to be so beautiful. And she's like, there's seriously 400 women that work here. So think of the potential, right? So let's say I didn't know Christine worked there, and I said, where do you work? And she's at the jail. I'm like, oh, like, are there lots of women that work there? Yeah, there's like 400 women. I'd be like, oh, okay, here's what you're going to do, and this is going to help you qualify and get your free Nutri-Rich, is you're going to take the monthly brochure to work, and I'm going to help her with this, right? What do your kids do? They play lacrosse. Oh my gosh, those lacrosse ones, take them to there. You know, if you want, you can add them, you know, into my client group. I can help you. I kind of do as much as I can to help them. Share it with your friends and family. Then I'm going to give her tips on posting before and after pictures. I've had women qualify just on selling mascara, right? So give her the tools, help her with the verbiage so she can post it, and she can say like, hey girls, I'm collecting orders for mascara. When I get 10 orders, I'm going to be doing the order, right? Whatever that is. The ozone, these are kind of my 3 top social media sellers. The ozone tool, extreme, and mascara are huge. Also post her personal testimonials on social media. So, oh my gosh, I went to the spa last night and I tried this warming mask and it is the best thing I've ever felt in my life. Or my skin's so soft when I woke up this morning because I use this microdermabrasion. It's like only $95. Can you believe that? Right? And so then her girlfriends are going to also want to be ordering. So her magic number is if she can go out and collect that $302.50 in orders and have $302.50 in cash in her hands, that covers the cost of her order, except for her taxes, right? She'll have the taxes on the $302.50. So essentially, if she can go collect the cost of the order, the rest of the order is free for her. Again, minus taxes and shipping. I don't get into all of that, but so you can sort of see that's powerful. Like, oh my gosh, do you think you could go collect orders because $302.50, what is that? That's 10 and a little bit of mascaras. Then you're going to get 247 for free. That's pretty highly motivating, right? She can also take her kit and demo the products in the kit and show people that. But so collecting orders is another way that she can qualify if she just doesn't want to spend the money on her own, right? So great way that she can do it. And again, just know your numbers to stand out from the numbers. That 302.50 is what she wants to collect, and she collects taxes on top of that. So that pays for the bulk of her order. Then she's basically free shopping except for taxes and shipping. Number 5, hosting a spa. This is another great way. So, she's like, oh my gosh, my husband would kill me. I'm like, well, why don't you have your girlfriends over? I'll come over and I'll spa you guys and help you. So our goal is $550 in sales, because then I still make my profit, right? I'm collecting the sales and we're just putting the orders through her, and I keep the profit and pay for the order. So I'm going to go, we're going to spa her girlfriends. I'm going to tell them, okay, girls, $550 is our goal tonight. So again, my friend Candy, she calls this her magic numbers. I did it before I knew to call it anything. Like, sometimes you just do stuff, and she always has these cute little names for things. I'm always like, oh, it's so smart. But so when you get to a spa, I would always say, okay, like $550, it used to be $500. $500 is our goal tonight. And when we reach $500, our hostess is going to get all of this, da, 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 da. And, and I always say, and you guys are going to go home looking young and beautiful. And so our goal now is $550. So let's say I walk in there and I have 10 guests. Well, that's only $55 per guest. So I can say to them, okay, ladies, Mary is working super hard because she wants to get all of her free products, the rewards, and she also gets this cool Dream Start reward. So our goal is $550 tonight. So there's 10 of you, so that's only $55 each. So if you each do an order of $55, we're going to throw in an extra bonus, and your next item on top of that, you can get it 30% off, okay? Right? So I'm collecting 55 times 10, which equals 550. And then those 30% off bonuses, we're still making money on, but they are just going to sort of build the volume as well, right? If I walk in and there's only 5 guests, and I say to them, okay, so our goal tonight is 550. So that means when you hit 110, you're going to get your next item at 30% off. So count your numbers, divide it, right? Take that number, divide it by go into the 550. So 550 divided by how many guests you have. And that's going to be what you need per person to hit her goal. And I find that just sharing that at the spa and having her share it too, because she's acting as a hostess, right? So she's not actually selling the product. So it's funny when we're the ones making the money, we sometimes feel guilty, but the hostess is like, come on, girls, like you need to do your 55 because I want my free stuff, right? So it's so much better to have her engaged. So again, let them know that magic number. So that's another great way that she can qualify. So the key to that is her booking that spa before the end of her first calendar month, right? So it can't be, if she joined in April, it can't be in June. It has to be in April or May. So that's another great. And then I'll say to her too, this is another great way to sometimes get your shoppers thinking, is I'll say to her, okay, I just want to tell you, I just total up the spa, and we sold $650. So let me just do the math on that. But that's a pretty good spa. So yeah, your girlfriends, they seem to love it. Hey, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, so $650, and we're Beauty You. I just made like $300 tonight. And she's like, are you kidding? I'm like, no, I know. It's so awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you. I love you. And then say, but I just want to say, these are your girlfriends. They love the product. So when it comes time for them to reorder, why don't you reach out to them? Like, you can be making money. Why not? Right? I'll happily have them as clients forever, but they came here for you. So why not? Like, if, can you see yourself doing a few extra things? And she's like, oh, right. And then she's thinking about it, where if I just said to her right at the beginning, you have to go do a spa, she'll freak out and not want to do that and not enjoy it, right? So that's another great way to kind of get them thinking about it, is show them the profit. And it's funny is that when I first started this, and I think because Canadians were polite and we don't talk money, I remember when they would coach us to talk money and I'd be like, oh yeah, no. We don't really do that, to actually say our goal is a $500 spa. I remember the first few times I said that, I was like almost whispering it, right? Because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually telling them what I want them to spend. That's crazy. But if you don't set like the intention or let them know, all you're doing is letting them know so that they're willing to help her. And that was the other thing that when I first started, I'd always feel guilty because it's money in my pocket, right? And then you kind of start realizing that they're there to help their hostess earn the reward. So it's a partnership, right? Like, yes, I'm making money, but I'm also providing them with this amazing experience, getting great skincare on them. They're going to love me because they're going to look younger. But the hostess is there. They're there supporting her, right? So sometimes you kind of got to work through some of that and show them the numbers. Like, this is what we're working towards because Mary is going to get the free products tonight, right? So that's kind of the fifth way. And then sometimes I call this the back pocket. If you like, I've tried everything else. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, sometimes it's just having a visual. So you can make up a quick coupon that you could print off. So again, if she had $600 coupons and it said, and you can decide, right? Because if she just wants to share, to just get to get her Nutri-Rich and she doesn't want to make any money, then it could be spend 100 and pay 55, right? However, I say to her, like, girl, why not at least make, $15 on an order? So your coupon can say spend 100 and pay 70, right? Then she's making $15 per order. If she collects 6 of those, she's got her qualified order, right? So she gets her free Nutri-Rich. If she does 5 and does 500, then she just has to add 50 of her own. So the nice thing with a coupon, it's essentially just a great visual to share it, and it gives her, again, a tool. Sometimes having that tool is so much easier. So she can have those coupons and her monthly product brochures and hand them out, right? So the cool thing about this, your business, you can decide with her if she wants to make money or not. The key is the taxes are charged on the 100. So I actually maybe we'll try and make some up. I actually used to put like 100, so $100 retail, then I have the $12 tax, and then I'd have less discount of whatever I'm going to do. So if I'm going to do 45% off, I'm going to do 40, 30, whatever it is, and then the total, so that it was super easy so she didn't have to think. So sometimes utilizing coupons to share is a really great sort of, again, resort. It just makes it easier for her, right? And it's simple. Like, I think sometimes too much. So, okay, go collect $5.50 in orders. That maybe is too much for some people, where if you can say, okay, here's these coupons. All you have to do is get 6 people that want to jump on a coupon and you get your free stuff. So, all of these ways of qualifying, it's like, I always used to think of it as like your bag of tricks, and you would sort of figure out which works best for her situation, right? Like what method of qualifying is going to work best for her personality, her life, all of that. And so my job is to kind of help her earn that. And so I'm going to try and find the best way for her to do that, right? So that's all that is. So I think, is that number 17? So that's it. Maybe I'll unmute you guys in case you have questions, and then I will stop the recording. Okay, any questions, guys? You good? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. See if I can figure out how. Here we go.